Hello and welcome to this episode of the Ranting Atheist podcast. Today we'll be listening to the deconversion story of a Nigerian unbeliever who lost his faith. He was born in Nigeria but moved to Spain at a young age, and moving to Spain was it was no different because it was his home in Spain was still like living in Nigeria. The religious exposure, the abuse, physical abuse, which we usually call, quote unquote discipline or strictness, but it was abuse. Being beaten by his dad, all those things made him to start asking questions like, why will God be watching all this happen to him? It's really insane how we are brought up in this country, and we'll come and say, we turned out bad. We turned out good rather. The people that are supposed to love us, they abuse us and call it discipline. And this was something he went through. As he grew older, he began to ask more questions, and it ended up with him losing his faith in God. When I was doing an interview, I kind of assumed maybe he was atheist or agnostic, but I found out that he's still kind of open, but the evidence of the Abrahamic gods don't work for him. So that's why it's titled Belief to Unbelief. If you're yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing on Apple, Spotify, Google, and any other place podcasts are available. Then if you'd like to share your story, please reach out. The links are in the show notes below on how you can reach me via DM on social media or email. Would love to hear your story. So now, let's go and listen to the deconversion story of John Gilbert. Hello, John, and you are welcome to Story of an Atheist.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here.
It's great to have you here. Thank you for agreeing to come up and share your story with us.
It's a pleasure, my brother. It's a pleasure. I was really anxious. Actually.
What did they make you anxious now?
Because I just feel like it's been so long that, because in my family, like, we know I don't feel they talk all this kind of thing. You say you get.
Okay.
I can't like express myself, or I can't. If I even express myself, nah problem. Next thing, nah to bring Bible, call family member, made the. So you get
deliverance.
So it has been actually tough, but we move.
Yeah, so we move. It's not easy telling your family, say you don't believe in God. You go say, you dey craze. You God, you need the deliverance. No, carry you go sell. May they flog you. Because you don't tell me that, I'm like, what's happened? On top with it.
The indoctrination is so powerful and so deep that they can't, they don't fit think logically. Like,
it's not their fault.
Sometimes I'll just sit back and just be looking at what they're telling me some stuff, and I'll just be like, are you for real? Like, are you really telling me?
It's not their fault. It's not their fault, man. Because see, even in schools, they are teaching religion like church. You go come now. This Saturday you go rest. Now this Saturday you go rest. Sunday they go hit you again.
I feel understand that it's not entirely their fault, but I also grew up in indoctrination, and it was every day, just like for any other Nigerian, and more living here in abroad. Like, it's something that they emphasize so much. But at the end of the day, you can still come out from it based on the fact that the story is not they make sense. They don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So I swear that as the thing goes down, say how the matter, how this thing take connect. Like,
may I even start my deconversion story, because
Like which church? How they take back that? What was your background? Give us that thing. How was the background? But even before you start, say now let me know who you are. So give us. Let's even know. Let the listener know who they are speaking with. Your name, your location, your age, whether not Gen Z or millennial. If you want to give us your age, what you do for a living, and so on.
I'll
and
give
so forth.
my real age. My name is John Gilbert. I'm 24. I'll be 25 this year. And I'm married, and I live in Spain, and I work as a scaffolder. I don't know if you know what that means. Scaffolding.
I know scaffolding is for all those building stuff and all that.
But in the professional way, sure.
Okay, the correct way, not be like our way.
No way, where they go for bamboo.
Hey, I did not leave those people. They can't risk, guy.
No, the risk is real. The risk is real, sure. But
you guys use safety measures now.
Yeah. We have safety measures,
harnesses and all that. Huh?
Yeah. So we still have like a way we organize ourselves to prevent all those even if
HSC and all that.
Even if anything won't happen, make it not be fatal. Anything free happen, but
person not die.
It is what it is what it is. Like
it is what it is. It makes sense. So now that we know you, give us what was your religion background? How was your indoctrination? Give it to us. Let us know we feel.
I was a Christian. Like my family is they are Christian, and they are the ones where they carry on for head. Like as if say if they not be Christian, they not fit be anything. So why in Nigeria? I came here at the age of 6. At the age of 6, I came here, but my dad lived here, so I was back home with my mom and my sister. So I think the church, I can't remember the church we used to go there back then, but now this kind of Pentecostal church. So I do remember that my mom used to like teach us the Bible and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when my dad brought us here, so we're going to one Pentecost. I think it's Pentecostal church, but it was white people. Mm-hmm. I like the church because last we did chop food for there, and babes were there. So that was the first church we went to, and in that period, like there's this Jehovah's Witness that they always come to our house, and always all Saturdays, and give us the good news. Their good news. Say
their own version.
Say plenty. So I can remember that even while I was like, let me say I was like 8 years old, and when he was a young guy, when the guy will come to our house and be giving us I was fully a Christian. Like I really truly believe that, oh yes, the Bible is real, but there was something in me that I couldn't take some part of it as it is. I don't know how to explain it, but it just didn't click. It's just like you want to like be a Christian, you want to like really follow, but for your head is something that you say
like something is wrong somewhere. Like this thing.
Exactly.
Do you remember any particular story that was doing you like this, doing you like this?
The creation story. My brother, I fight with the person, the Jehovah's Witness when they come teach me. The guy, anytime he come, he ask him question. The guy go house, go to think with him. He go house, go to think with him and ask him, because how can you prove? I will tell and say, me, I won't believe, but where set like, how does Satan turn into serpents or serpents existing before? Is it like, okay, now so Apple, because then they use apple as reference, but actually in the Bible,
we don't know what type of fruits.
they don't write if na apple or if not, but them they use apple. So I was just like, but why is it that if God knew? Because mine was that if God knew what was going to happen, and if God is the one that created the devil and all this, can't he like prevent all these things from happening? Or like it wasn't just making any sense to me, like that creation story. And then I came up with one saying that I used to say then, that I'll be like, just to defend like Christians, I would be like, I was talking with my dad one time, and I was like, if people they talk say God no exists, so why is it that, or if they are saying that we came from animals like apes, why is it that the apes now they know they turn to a human being? The day where I talked that in my papa was like, yes, woo. I talk something where bossy brain or something, but it was just like a bossy brain. I'm thinking where I just get, I can't like display them, I can't collect them like as if saying something way correct. But now I know that is what I said was bullshit. Sharp. I know it now, not then. So this particular day, say that I'll be correct Christian, but this particular day, we have a problem in this part of, like, blacks living in this part of the world, is that when they come here, when black people are already advanced in age, like my dad, when they come here and they bring their family here, like they always try to make their children have that African mentality, even though they are not in the same environment. And that is always a problem. Because why? Because you are treating your children like as if they are in Nigeria. Why they don't see it that way, and they don't relate that way. The environment is different. Everything is different. The culture is different. They don't take from here and take from here good things and say, okay, do this. No, everything has to be back in
like say in Nigeria.
Exactly. And it's all, let me not say all, but most African parents that come here with that mentality, that's what they do. So they don't give you chance to like express yourself, or it's not like as if you're just living in Nigeria, but in your house. Nigeria is
your house. Is Nigeria. Your house is
your house, because once you come out from your house, you see things differently. You see how people relate, how other whites relate, how it's different. So this particular day, my papa they beat me like as if say tomorrow no day, like down normal thing for them. So I have friends that have experienced that also. Like the beating is always something that is always going to be there. So I remember this particular day, like my papa today beats me. He today beats me. So this part and not only beating, but like punishments, like whether not to pick pin, to kneel down, raise up your hand,
raise up your hand and close your eyes.
This thing, okay. So it got to a point I just got tired, because it was like it now became like something that was constant. And nobody said I didn't do anything where, now children must be children. Like there's no how go do mumu things, but not to the extent of on which they go they beat you like I say, be human being. So I remember my papa tell me say I'm going down, and raised up my hand inside my room. I stayed there for not 1 hour, not 2 hours, not 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours. I can remember. And my knees don't they pain me. They shake. My hands they up. I can't they think. I can't they pray. I can't they tell God say, Baba, please, if you remove this thing from me. No, not just that day, but any other day. Nothing like I'll try my best to like behave well, but nothing like shouting, nothing like beating, nothing like punishment. My brother, I stayed there for 4 hours. The next day, the same thing. I remember say I get one calendar where anytime where you go beat me or punish me, I go mark one X. My brother, for 3 months, a whole 3 months, I just write X as they go, X as they go. From that moment, my religious belief can't they shake, brother. I realize like if I'm supposed to be your child and I'm asking you for a favor and you don't respond or you don't give any sign for a whole 3 months, there's nothing where I feel hold on to talk say he's actually answering my prayers or something. My brother, I give up and
like how old were you that time?
I was like probably 8, 9, yeah.
Okay.
So from there I just I still do the normal thing now, now you go to follow up, but not with
your mind no did the 100%.
Exactly. So it started from there, and while growing up, I was still having all those doubts. And when I was now 16, mind you, when I was 11, 12, when I changed church, when I started going to MFM, Mountain of Fire.
In Spain.
Yes, more. It was the worst experience of my life. One of the worst period of my life. Because you go program, just imagine, you they go school, you they study, you they go school, they study. You still they go, you still go play football now and then. You can't add them. I'm not saying you feel go church on Sundays, but which can be this one where you go during weekends also. Which time where I go get where I go say my study or my sleep. But then when I can't fail now my fault. Well, we started going to MFM and I remember that they would pray, they die. Me, I go just look there. I go they look then they think say which kind bondage does these people get for their head? Not be bondage with that. not be bondage. You they die. I would ask myself, which kind of destiny una get where person won't use? What's the destiny I'm talking about? Which kind is the destiny? I would ask myself like, what's the destiny I'm talking about? Like, are you telling me that if I don't believe in all those things, person will come collect my destiny? It was not even making any sense. That church, MFM, is rubbish, like totally rubbish. And then my dad had one type of misunderstanding with someone there, so we moved on to another church, Catholic.
Wow.
No, like we just they go from just they jump from.
But that jump from MFM to Catholic, oh boy, you see movement.
So when we can't jump from when we made that transition, it was now a total different thing. Mind you that 3 of them are they believe in Christianity, but their preaching is different. Their beliefs it's different. The doctrine is different. So me, I come dey think say which kind thing be this one? Now, for church you go dey do like this. You go kneel down. You go kneel down. You go stand up. Kneel down. Stand up. Kneel down. Stand up. You- oh God.
Hey.
So
Koala.
so why in the Kagi church? You know that Kagi church like blacks full of them, Igbos. So they too they gossip. Once in a while, I not like when we say the gossiping is too much, and I not fit for my own understanding of church. I not fit understand all those gossiping with being a Christian or doing things right or even though they fight for church sometimes, and you know they all those for me, if you are talking about church, even if I have to go to church, I want to know that I'm going for a reason. I want to know that I'm not going to just waste my time and just to see people doing anyhow, and they will do like saints in the church, but when they come out, they not be the same people where they I just feel like people just go to like, oh, I buy new clothes to show off, and that was the perception I was getting from
there's an unsaid competition.
Yes, it's just okay. You dress well, you go to church, you stay for some hours, then you go for meeting. Then once Monday reach like this, you're not a sinner. So it didn't sound right. It didn't sound right to me. And
so all those confession, do confession, all those things.
I think I did. I just tell you, once we just made that transition, I know my head not did that place again. So I just go as far. They carry me go, but not because
make you no collect.
So I still do confession, but I never understood the reason why I was doing that confession. And my dad made me and my sister to get baptized and had the confirmation whatsoever.
Baptism, is it immersion or sprinkling? Which one? How was the baptism?
It was just like they pour water for your head, and that was all. It's just like they make a little ceremony where the bishop of the city will come and officiate the mass. So I remember like they will have a class of one year class before that confirmation, where you will go in for
baptismal class.
Exactly. So in this particular day, one particular day, the pastor I was teaching was just like, on that day of the baptism, that the bishop is going to stretch out his hand, and you have to kiss his ring on his finger. I look at my papa and I say, what does that mean? What does it mean? I asked politely. I told the guy, the father that was preaching. Then I say, what's the reason why? Because I want to know. I'm curious. I want to know why must I kiss the ring? What's in the ring mean? But me say, "Ma, keep quiet." Say, must I ask? Then I say,
you see.
I'm not asking because of anything. I just want to know, like, what's the reason? That day I thought beating, because I continue asking, I thought beating. So after that, on that day, I had to kiss the ring, but just because
it just do
because of the fact that I don't want collect, so I thought they say my kiss ring.
Make you don't go collect or don't bring butter. Wow. This ring thing that I don't even said, as with Corona thing just did it, like, that thing that Corona collection point. That's people they kiss the same ring, no cleaning, no wiping.
I swear. So it was terrible. Like, I remember it was so terrible. the experience because I didn't want to kiss it. I just had to do it because of say they forced me to do one. But when I clocked 18, 19, so and I started working in one mall, and in that mall I had to work Sundays also or more. That Sunday like this, it was just an escape for me to just.
Wow.
So it was my relief.
Wow. Working on Sunday.
I hold them tight.
Hey.
I hold them tight. Why? That was now when I like decided to like it was an excuse that I gave my parents that now I'm working, so you can't expect me to be going to church. So small now can they give them signs say this church matter no,
not for me.
Consign me too much. Not be something.
I have to work. I have to go and work. I'm going to work. I'm going to work.
I have to go and work. Like not be say I don't want to go to church, but I have to go and work. So then things with like the relationship I had with my parents back then, like in that period, it was not good. Like it was really tough because my dad left Spain and went to live in Austria, which is another country. I stayed with my mom here, and the communication was not there. I was not even in good terms with my mom, and we were always not fighting, but not fighting actually. We were always on arguments, and then I now told her that almost say this church issue, say make sure not they disturb me again because I know they go. I don't want to know anything about church because I don't believe. Nobody say I don't, and when you tell them that you don't believe, they just feel like you don't join one kind of bad gang or friends.
They don't influence you.
They don't influence you. Say you can't tell my papa. Everything just started escalating. I was just like, but have you come to ask me the reasons why I telling you this? Because we say I just woke up one day for early in the morning talk say I don't want to do it again. It has been a process of so many years, so many deceits have been, events have happened which confirm to me that whether I believe or I don't believe or life continues. People must die. Things must happen. The only basic when we're now having the discussion, I was not like, and I told them that they should just answer me just one simple question. If me, I believe, or well, you prove that you believe, where are you going? The answer is heaven, and they are going to heaven, or they want to go to heaven, but there's still a possibility of hell. Okay, and I say okay, but do you really like that's what you want to believe? But actually, what will happen when you die? After you die, like without counting what the Bible says, they don't agree. They were just referring to Bible. I then I say, if you die now, if you know now until you are not dead. Once you die, you will know. Me, if I believe or I don't believe, if I don't believe, it's still the same thing for me. It's once I die, I know. So what's not the point of now me killing myself because of one kind of religion? If I know, if at the end of the day, both of us, what you know is what me I know, and both of us, we know nothing. So you get,
yeah,
we know nothing about whether afterlife or not afterlife. People were all these the thing where they deceive them now. All these people where talk say they die and they one kind.
They saw Jesus. Jesus told them.
They saw Michael Jackson say Michael Jackson they
fire.
And so some other people more. All those see where they deceive them. So it was so tough. Like that situation, like that period was so tough that at the end of the day, we had a trip that we had to go back to Nigeria, a trip. But I actually went to Nigeria in 2016 based on I had to do some document stuff. So that was the first time like I actually went to Nigeria and experienced Nigeria 1 month for a whole 1 month, and it was nice and all, but I noticed that in every corner there were churches.
Hey.
No, like honestly, like in every corner there were churches, and I thought they were like businesses, but that was like the first month I came. I went to Nigeria. It was just 1 month, and I noticed that there were churches, but I believed it was probably businesses until I was not seeing MFM this thing, Redeem this thing, this one this thing. So I was not like, even Muslims are even better in the sense that now one mosque, not be say this one get one name, this one get another name, this one gets another name. So the second time I went to Nigeria to study, and
you came to Nigeria to study?
Yeah, exactly. To
do university?
Yes. Well, you already know now that not with my plan. Not with my plan.
I know. Like they said to you, make you know what's up. Maybe
Exactly. So, and the way they did it was a kind of deceitful because it was a family trip. But family trip can't cage me.
Abandon you.
So it was a tough experience, but
your parents were around throughout your study, or you were going? No. Okay, no, like, on campus, then on the day you go back to Spain,
No. I like the period I stayed there. I only stayed 2 years, sir. This was 2008. That was 2018. I went there 2018 and I came back 2020. So
which school? Did you mind sharing the school? Which school was that?
It was Unilag.
Okay. Not too bad.
I was
freedom day now. You know, go if you say you go dump it for covenant, you go and die.
No, the funny thing is that I didn't even start from university level. I started from one kind in private secondary
diploma or something.
No, one private. Yeah, because I know fit. They not allow me. Man, I just jump enter inside university like that. So you get I need an old level
and all that. Yeah,
exactly. So the one where I get here, they no
one use them. They don't accept.
So and I had to go back and start from SS2. Mind me, SS2, my guy. You know, it's kind of psychological damage be that one.
I'm telling you, like, how many years of repeating?
I was 20 then. I was 19, 20.
In SS2.
People where they my class were like 15, 14, 15, 13, even 13 self. I can't wonder which kind of bondage be this one. I can't. If say now where say God they try to tell me something, or say I plan or what, I don't even know. Well, so why the period I was in Nigeria, passing through that secondary school down to university, I stayed with my uncle, and my uncle will be that kind of person where he believe, but the
No
culture.
care for it.
So I was relieved in that aspect, because I know at least I can relax myself and not be. But when my papa will call now, go ask my uncle, say, "Shey you dey go church?" The answer is no. So when he will come, they pressure me, I dey go church. Me, I will come understand, say, na my papa they tell and say me do that thing, because on the norms, not be something wey they do. So me, I come now they go church because of
make it not be like say.
And I come go one Catholic church where they, I don't know if you know Bagada.
Yeah, I know Bagada, yeah.
That area I live.
Okay.
So that's like basically how, let me say, I deconverted myself from Christianity totally. That period was like when I just associated myself. Why? Because while I was in school, like, I knew people that they were so into religion that anytime I tell them my point of view towards life and towards religion, it just sounds like a different world, like as if I be one kind alien or something.
Guy.
They were going to ask me mumu questions. So even in that secondary school, we had CROK, and that CROK, the teacher where they could give that class, I just give them back to back. I just give them question back to back, because now I dey on fire. Everybody all the students they give them questions back to back. Where him, we go just they try they manage the answer. Where they give me straight answers. And the thing that the thing where they surprise me most is that they just hold on to the Bible as if it's just like the ultimate truth, and they don't even question. They don't even want to question. They don't want to question. Like, they don't want to question anything. Like, if you question, you will die.
Yeah.
I remember one time, because I was in the hostel. So one time like that, all of my mates they were like threatening me. They say, say if they bomb me, where say ma tear this Bible, ma tear Bible. I can't say nothing will happen, my guy. Nothing will happen. If I don't believe in all this stuff, nothing will happen. Not be say, and because you tear Bible, something must happen. Now when they say that if you do this, probably in the future now, if something happens to you, it's based God on the fact that it doesn't make any sense. If something wants to happen to me now, it's going to happen to me regardless I believe or I don't believe. So what are you trying to say? That if anything that happens to anybody, does that mean that it's because he did something wrong in the past? That's the reason why it's affecting him now. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Because from what I believe, the world is just made in such a way that bad things will happen and good things will happen. It's just, for example, now, if you, a believer, you pray for God to give you this, to grant you this, or let me say to pass your exam, and me, where I know they believe, I go exam, I study, go exam, go pass, and you pray, you pass, you go attribute that thing to God. Why me, I no go attribute them to God? I go attribute them as
you read,
based on the fact that I read.
Yeah.
If you not read that book, if you feel it's just a basic fact. If you not read that book, my brother, whether you like it or not, if you want fail, you could fail. So, because if we have to start from that aspect, it means that if you pray and you don't study, God can help you and pass. And most of them now, they will not be using like, what of those times where you know go study anything and you go see, you go exam, you go pray small, you go pass. Those are like exceptions, like things that can happen. It's not like a must. Like, it's probably the topic was not that difficult for you, and probably just
You still remember something they taught you in the class or something.
exactly. Now we say you not just know anything. If you don't know anything, like for example, you enter hall, you don't know anything, everything come off for your head. You feel right heaven and earth, you go fail. So you get you go fail.
Or
So
God touched the heart of the examiner to mark you correctly when you failed. Guy.
or the funny thing is when I know some friends where they do all this yahoo. They pray make the clients
Yahoo
fall.
click. That's it, guy.
Wait.
That's it. And I probably bust my head past. I'm like, motherfucker, your God is a thief. I'm like, you're stealing. Let's call a spade a spade. Yahoo boys are thieves. And you're now shocked by say, God, they help me. Grace.
So
your God is a thief.
You're not attributing, if you attribute your success to that God because you prayed that,
Maga go chop.
Made this client fall, and the client actually end up giving you what you want. So you not attribute to that God. So in what position does he put that God? What above?
I know the reason now.
What above image does with somebody looking at it from the outside see your God?
What kind of
Will he
God
say,
is this?
it is a loving and caring and what of that thing? Sure, you get. And the funny part where we say, reason say, if in even your scriptures they talk say God made man as his own image. It's just so clear. It's just so fucking clear, because us as human beings in any part of the world, you're going to see different type of religions, and all those religions, they have their gods, which they are carved, which some are carved or some are not, or some are portrayed. But even if it's portrayed or carved, it's made by us, by men. It's man-made, all those stuff. So if you are telling me that we are made in God's image, that's not a sound like, not a click for your head say it's not possible.
And the problem is, when it's presented, it is to make you feel special, that you are just like God Almighty. That look at you, you are in the image, you are just like God, but smaller. It's just to make your head swell. Make your head swell. Say you are special. That's the thing now. That's what those verses like that do to human beings.
And when at the end of the day, Adam and Eve ate the fruits, and they said, they are going to be like gods. There's a verse that says something like, they've eaten from the fruit, so now they can be like God. They can be like gods. Gods with S. So I don't know if you get. So like, it's just like, if we're made in God's image, it means that we are the gods. We're the actually God. Like, I don't know if it gets.
I understand that we are the ones that are the gods, that are like the gods, but we are just deceived ourselves to feel like we are like the God. That is the God that did it for us.
Exactly. So me, I just normally when I normally now argue more with people. Well, before, I know they argue all this stuff, I just keep out for myself. But based on the fact that I found your podcast, and now I started listening to Dark Matter and some other like The Skeptic and some other
YouTube channels,
and I've listened to Christopher Hitchens very much, and it's just like everything they are saying is just like something like I've always thought of, but I always felt like probably I'm just a weird guy, and I only made it.
Yeah.
Once and it started from your first podcast. I was just like, everything this guy is saying is just exactly. I've not heard it from anybody, but like it was just like as if it's exactly how I feel or how I think. I was just like, people day where they think like me. Or
We do.
So that's on that. Like that's what I can tell you about my deconversion. Like it was a gradual process, and it was not something like I just woke up in the morning and say
That's what they always think, that you just decide say, I don't like God again. I'm not doing. I'm like, motherfucker, this is what we grew up with. You think it was a joke? Like I always say, like I was a lukewarm Christian. Yet it was a painful process to let go of God. So imagine those who were firebrand Christians, the pain and the loss that they went through. Like their whole identity was Jesus fucking Christ, and they had to tell Jesus, "Fuck you." Eventually, it was like losing a loved one, like losing a family, like somebody in your family dying. That's what it felt like. It feels like for them. These are the stories that I try to share with this podcast. But motherfuckers in the real world, I just say, you don't believe God. You just want to feel cool. Like I just like say, you want to wanna be atheist. I'm like, who wanna be atheist? Like, you know how they look at atheists. Why would you wanna be when you are not? Are you fucking kidding me?
The thing is like they feel like atheism is like a religion, like it's something that people have to come together. No, we don't, and they're always trying to make you like prove
why
your
believe.
point or prove
why justify your stance.
Exactly, and it's just like I know they believe in anything, so I don't have the need to justify anything to you, but the only thing I can do is once you bring out your claims, what I can do is to tell you why it doesn't make any sense. So
yeah. Wait, how did you believe in juju at a point? Did you believe juju? That juju was real at any point? So even when you believe, like,
no, I've never believed. I've never believed in all stuff. But basically because like I didn't grow up in Nigeria, so it's not like really into me like any other person.
You even escape your policy did not like to be watching Nollywood movies and all those things.
No, I do watch. I remember I used to watch
and
with my
portrayal.
Yeah, but it's something that it was just like
see film trick. Lucky you, man.
The only way that thing can work is if you believe. If, for example, white person go Nigeria now, they use all this trick, all this juju stuff for him. If you not believe all those stuff, if you not day head, there's no way. Yes, they feel thief your phone, thief, now if you thief your phone, thief your wallet, thief your this thing. But to say they give you jazz and you yourself you go, if you not believe, just imagine something that you don't believe in. It affects you because your mind not there, your sense not there for that side. But I would say that I considered like not trying, but like I considered like going and seeing for myself the Muslim world because I've read about Buddhism, Hinduism. I've read about the Muslims, the Quran and all that. I know that I've read that by the Quran, but like I've made comparisons with the Bible and all, and the feeling that I have is that even Muslims are like a little bit more serious with the religion more than Christians.
like they don't. There's no variety the way Christians are.
Exactly, like all of them, they practice one same. They follow one
kind of.
Yeah. So the same Muslim as is in Africa, in Nigeria. When you come here, you see them like their practice is always the same.
Depends. Like I think because they are is Sunni and Shia. There are more Sunnis than Shia, but those are the two major sects. They themselves they are divided, but they are not as divided as Christianity because they rule with an iron fist.
I see them more, but I discovered the reason why they are more like this is because it's very strict. Like they are too strict.
Strict.
And you know that if they don't believe, once they come outside the side, they don't believe in what they are claiming and what the claims are. They in a Muslim world, they kill them.
Yeah.
So you can understand why is it so strong in those areas.
Yeah, there are a lot of Muslims that are in Nigeria here that they have to see them online, but in real life they are pretending. Now they are even fasting, even though they don't believe. They are fasting to stay alive.
No, it's something that I can believe because in a place where they can kill you, just like all these people where they be gays. Not to hide yourself now, not to do everything possible where they don't look at you. So I can understand.
It doesn't make sense at all that one has to hide. You have to hide yourself. Doesn't make sense. So at this point now, you don't believe. What do you identify as? Is it as an atheist or agnostic or irreligious?
No, like what I do, I really do believe that there is something. Like I believe that everything comes. The evolution theory is okay. The Big Bang theory is okay. But like I still believe that there's something have to bring out all these things. But what I'm certain, or I truly believe, is that it's not the Christian God that did it. Not the Muslim, not the Buddhist God, not the Hinduist God. That's what I'm very sure of. Like even if there's going to be a God, it's not the one in the Bible. I'm very sure of that. So I don't know if I can consider myself an agnostic or an atheist, but I know that I believe that there's something, but not how these people are trying to make it look like as if and it's a compulsory that you must believe in this doctrine or no. You can believe that there's something, but not the Christian one that they are saying. But then they will come and be telling you that you should prove that they should prove the God where you deserve. I know this. I know they serve. I know they serve. The only thing that I believe there's another thing, but not your own. And that thing can be energy. That thing can be I don't know. It can be energy. It can be a force.
But why do you feel this? Because when someone tells me that, I'm like, it may not be energy, it may not be something you can fathom. Like we don't know exactly.
It doesn't have a physical appearance.
How did you confirm that? It's when you are saying all those things, it kind of raises up more questions, because in that situation, like the Big Bang theory, up to the very moment before the bang, quote unquote, happened, that was before time. Nobody knows what caused that.
What
do you understand? Even science is always, we don't know yet. So whenever someone says something, I'm like, to me, what I say, my own answer is we don't know. We are still trying to find out.
Same thing like me, like I don't know what created it, but something, like how would I put it?
It sharp began. It sharp started from somewhere.
It started from somewhere. So that somewhere is what I believe that I don't attribute it to my own is that I don't attribute that something to God or to a religious entity or so not to talk of the Christian God a God that is all loving and all omnipotent and all is not having human attributes, which doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
So you get
how
can a something that you are preaching that you don't know that you can't see, you don't know how it is, you can feel it. People say you can feel it, but honestly, most times they say that is unknowing, omnipotent, and whatsoever. But yet, he's still having human attributes like selfishness. He wants to be loved. He wants to be praised. He gets jealous. He gets angry. He gets all those things are
like
human
a jealous
attributes.
Boyfriend.
Exactly. So all those things are something that like I feel as a human being.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that somebody that created everything is still having those same emotions. But when it concern, it doesn't match well with my business.
Blend at all. So, bro, do you want us to reach out to you if anybody wants to connect with you? Do you want us to do that? Do you have any way?
Any way in what sense?
How do we reach how do we find you online if you want to be found?
Oh, yeah, by Instagram.
Okay, you are just only on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, you are avoiding Violence HQ Twitter.
No, I'm actually on Twitter, but like I don't use it that much. I just use it for gist when there's any gist come out. Say nah, dead it's in the hot.
Yeah, it's always the hot now. Once in a while they visit there, you go see some bass boosts of people.
I've not seen any atheist post in that side. Like I've not really.
Maybe no Twitter is where you are that will be fed. But we did if you follow me, on Twitter, you connect with other people, you see them. We are always there doing one or two glass bowls sometimes, or just looking for trouble. So it was great having you here, bro. I really enjoyed you sharing your story with us. Thank you for sharing with us, man.
Thanks to you, my brother.
All right, now.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you are yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing on Apple, Spotify, Google, and other places where podcasts are available. Then if you want to share your story, please reach out via DM or email. If you'd like to share your story, please reach out via DM or email. The links are in the show notes below. So now, have a great week, and I will catch you on the next one.